Okay, so I know I said that that was probably going to be the last bonus
Here I am.
episode,
My name is Henry.
but
We're supposed to go on patrol together?
I
I
see
gotta
you're
show you
kitted
this
out.
mission.
Ready to get going.
I'm Nightingale. Aren't you that lad the mill wench brought here on a cart?
Teresa. Yes, she rescued me. She turned up with Captain Robot and his knights.
All honor to the girl. She has bigger balls than most men. Tell me, how did you pay her back?
Well, I thanked her.
That's not much, is it? You should go and see her when you get a chance. So, how did you end up in the service of the bailiff?
It's none of your business.
I wanted to enter the service of Sir Radzig, but he sent me here to learn.
And learn you will. You're lucky, lad. Sir Radzig must like you. Most lords would have just sent you on your way.
Come with me, Henry. We'll patrol the town and then check on the taverns to make sure they lock up in the evening.
I'm ready.
Don't forget, I'm supposed to try you out and, with the help of God, teach you something. So I expect you to deal with any misconduct yourself. I'll make sure you don't do anything too stupid. Let's go. This is our church, St. Matthew's. It serves not only as the house of God, but as the crypt of the lords of Lipa, our masters. The gravedigger lives right round the corner. The priest, too. Our parish priest. Ah, a man shouldn't speak ill about servants of the Lord. This is our rat house. Pretty big, eh? The bailiff and his hands live there, and our maestro proto-notarius, the scribe.
Carrots that'll make
And
you
the
and your
jailhouse.
family happy.
You don't want to see the
Onions that'll
inside,
make
not
you
even as a
cry,
guard.
and garlic that'll
Naturally,
keep
we have an
you
executioner
awake
too,
every
but he doesn't live in town. That wouldn't be proper, as I'm sure you know. He lives by Gallows Hill, the other side of the creek. This pillory was brand new in autumn, and 2 people have already been rotting on it.
The swordsmith lives here.
I wouldn't beg, good neighbors, but I'm
Fresh
reduced
bread.
to this.
Come and get it. Man cannot live.
What the hell is going on here now?
Here it comes,
Go and
guys.
check it out, Henry.
Trouble for you. If you won't go to the church, go back to your people. I don't want you here. Is that manure pile not big enough for you?
How are you doing? Well enough now.
Wow, very rude.
Well,
But here it
then,
is.
What's it to be?
Beggar
Are you
Jane.
going or not?
No.
Mind you, don't cross me, wench. I swear to God, that's the last time I'll ask nice.
I don't know if you remember when we were in Skalitz and there was a beggar at the gate, and I asked Jane, what do you think of that beggar? She's like, beggars are trash. They should go find some work.
This is how you repay
Now
me?
here we are.
No, you didn't. I'd remember if you did.
What?
And
She's a
even if you
beggar
did,
now.
Today isn't.
What are you two screeching about? Stop making such a ruckus.
About time you turned up. This filthy beggar thinks.
My name is Jane.
No one cares what your name is. This filthy beggar thinks she can come and stink in front of my shop. I want you to get rid of her.
Let's see. Alright. Usually, I'm like, do you call yourself a Christian armorer? But since Jane was all like, beggars are trash, I'm gonna try to drive her away and see what happens.
I think you better go.
I'd like to know why. I've got a right to be here.
No one asked for your opinion. You'll end up in the stocks if you're not careful.
Good man, please don't drive me away.
Not another word. Clear off.
Wait, I know you. You're Henry, the blacksmith's boy from Skalitz. Your father would be ashamed of you treating a neighbor like that.
Go to the church.
I know you
for
have
work.
it hard, but if you want to beg, then clear off to the church.
Have you no shame?
Sorry, but that's the law.
I know.
Thank you. I'm glad to see an honest man can still count on the law.
Reputation lost.
Poor girl. But you did the right thing. At least there's peace.
If you ask the armorer if he's a Christian, he kind of like shame him, and then he like gives her some coin. She walks away, and then Nightingale's like, "That was very
Your old
Christian-y of
neighbours are
you."
living here now. It's a bit of a shithole. Even so, you should be thankful to Sir Hanush. If the town burghers got their way, your folk wouldn't be let anywhere near the town. And now our people aren't too happy with him. Some fools are even calling for Sir Hanush to finally hand the fiefdom over to the young lord, Sir Hans Capon. Sir Hans's father, old Sir Yeshke, may God rest his soul, kept it till he was an old man. Then he retired from it, first to Moravia, then to eternity. Sir Hanush is managing the fiefdom until Sir Hans comes of age. They're related by blood somehow, the same great-great-grandfather or some such. The time's coming soon enough when the estates have to be handed over. These affairs often end in conflict. I hope we have nothing like that here. This square here, it looks much better during the markets. Then it's filled to bursting with folk from all around. We've also got the baker's shop here, and that mad merchant Wolfram Pruder. Pruder has a pretty daughter, but he keeps her on a short rein, which the young bucks are none too happy about. I heard he even keeps the poor lass locked up at home all day.
There's one alehouse here on the market square, the Trader's Tavern. The other's up by the gate. We'll be going there later.
So yeah, this is kind of a neat mission. You just walk around Rete for a while with Nightingale.
Let's move along to the Inner Bailey. Here's the forge. The blacksmith has some trouble and he's not working at the moment, but his apprentice is standing in for him tolerably. I hear you're a blacksmith's apprentice too. You lot could help if needed, couldn't you?
Us? What do you mean?
You and your master, or your father, whoever taught you.
They...
What is it, lad?
My father was the master blacksmith. He was killed in Skalitz.
Ah, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Thank you. So am I.
My papa died not long ago. Of course, it was old age got him. That's not the same, but I know a little how you feel.
Man, good old patrolling.
The Rate fiefdom is pretty big. Naturally, it starts here by the town and continues along the Sasau River all the way to Kohelnitz. Then there's Gallows Hill, lots of farmhouses scattered around. Neuhof, Merhoyed. Master Smill is in charge of Sir Hanush's stables. He's by far his best vassal. It's all a bit complicated for a newcomer, I suppose. This lord here, that lord there, this exemption here, that right there. Exemptions from exemptions, rights to half of something, so on. It'd take you a year to make head or tail of it. This tower was only half the size when I was a young lad.
Sir Hanush had it extended and made into an armory.
I feel like it'd be dope to make a castle. Wonder how hard it would actually be. Kinda just seems like a bunch of rocks, right?
God be with you, Benesh. How goes it?
Well enough, Nightingale. It's quiet today.
Good. Where's Moimir, anyway? Isn't he supposed to be here with you?
Ah, yes. He hasn't turned up yet.
Oh, I see. Now, where might he have got to, then?
I don't know.
You don't know, eh? Let me tell you something. When the bailiff finds out Moimir's slacking off, he'll be in serious shit. And being a friend of his, you wouldn't want that, would you?
No.
So it's better if I deal with it and we leave the bailiff out of it, right?
Yes, I suppose so.
So where is he?
In the tavern. He was thirsty, so he...
Went for an ale. We know how that goes. Come on, Henry. Let's go and find that idler, and you'd better talk some sense into him.
Alright. Off to the alehouse.
What the fuck are you doing here when you're supposed to be on the gate? Move your carcass and don't guard the gate. Not a word. Get moving. You're lucky it was me found out, not the bailiff, or God forbid, Captain Bernard. Out! Come and sit with me, Henry. Let's have a drink.
Classic, let's take a break after yelling that guy to get to work.
That fool got me all worked up.
Me as well, the lazy bastard.
My words exactly.
Call
And
a
just
guy
when we
lazy.
need every pair of eyes.
Then we
You
just
never know
chill
when the
out.
Cumans might creep up on us. But that's enough about that. Let's not let it spoil our day. Listen, since we're sitting here anyway, how about a little game?
Why not?
Ooh. The odd die. Yep.
We'll see whose side Lady Luck is on.
Oh, triples, 500. That's decent enough. Maybe I should explain the rules. Oh
That'll do
my
me.
god, that was kind of bullshit. This game, you want to get 1, or you want to get 5, or you want to get a run of dice, or triples of dice. And see how I have 2 1s? I guess I'll claim them both. And then I'm going to score it and roll again. But if I don't roll a 1 or a 5 in this roll, then I would lose all of my points and I'd have to pass. So I'm going to score and pass here. Even though he's kind of in the lead. Might get effed. Okay. Okay, come on, dude.
That's it.
This guy's dice is loaded. Since he used all of his dice, he got to roll again with a whole new set of dice. Wow, he's about to win right now, I bet. Frig off.
No point in pushing it.
Wow. Ah, okay, well, I really need triples or something, so I could score these two, but then I'd have lower chances of getting a good roll. So I'm going to keep just the 1 and hope for a good roll here. Didn't really get it. I'm just gonna lose anyway, so I might as well push my luck with this. Yeah, fuck it. That was some bullshit, this guy. 1,000 and then... Come on. Come on, this guy's cheating.
I was lucky, but that's what it...
Well... Me and that guy hung out until nighttime. What
Just
a
one more
patrol.
thing and we're done for the night. Ringing the end of the day and closing the taverns.
Isn't it still a bit early?
I don't know how it was in Skalitz, but here in Rattay we close up at this hour. Except, of course, during fairs and big festivals. Then we don't close at all.
I see. Should I go and ring the bell?
If you wouldn't mind, the bell is hanging outside the rat house. Ring 3 times, then go to the Trader's Tavern by the market square and make sure the innkeeper closes up.
I'll do that.
Before I forget, it's forbidden to walk in Rattay at night without a torch. Here, take this one.
Like I didn't already have a torch. Keep on his horse. The other alehouse. Pretty interesting. You know, still open. That makes sense. Haven't rung the bell yet. I wonder what would happen if I never rung the bell. Sometimes it's best to not to find out these things, because I haven't saved in a while. An A and a B. Pick up your kit. Oh.
And the canon of St. Wenceslas in Olomouc was so drunk, he dragged the pig to the market square, saddled it up, and rode it out of the town gate. No, we can see that this wasn't going to end well. So, Sir Peter and I rode off to look for the good canon on his pig.
Did you find him?
We tracked the filthy beast down to a sty beyond Cronau. I mean, the beast with a tonsure on its head. We never found the real pig, but the Reverend was sound asleep in the pigsty.
Birds of a feather stick together. It seems the same goes for pigs and planets. I toast, gentlemen, to pigs and planets.
God save their bacon.
Sir Hans, forgive my intrusion, but I need...
Oh, but what? You want to join us? Want to buy us around? I'm afraid we don't drink with peasants. You're not in your village now, boy.
No, sir.
Rude.
Curfew's been rung. The alehouse is closing.
Nothing closes while I'm sitting here. If that's all, you're dismissed.
Are you out of your mind, lad? You can't cross his lordship. He's got a temper like a bear with gut ache. If I was you, I'd get lost before he shows it.
The bailiff instructed me to close the tavern at the proper hour. He doesn't want anyone disturbing the peace after curfew.
The bailiff? The bailiff can kiss my arse. I trust you haven't forgotten who's the rightful lord of Rattay.
No, it's Sir Hannes.
Oh,
Damn, burn.
is he hiding under the table, maybe? No! Then what he wants isn't worth a fart in a bathhouse. And besides, he's only in charge till I grow up.
Which clearly hasn't happened yet.
Enough! You can't talk to me like that. I'm a nobleman.
Come now, sirs. You're not going to fight here, are you?
We most definitely are. This yokel needs to be taught his place.
Alright. Time for a fist fight. Good thing I practiced on that axe cutter guy. Woodcutter. Oh well.
Show him no quarter, sir. That'll teach you how to talk to your betters.
Go on, your grace. Show him what for. I'll slaughter you.
Down.
Wow.
What, again?
Let him have it, Sir Hans. 3 times.
Get him in a corner and now he can't run away.
Crucifix! What in the name of Christ is happening here? Hell? Answer me, damn you!
This peasant insulted me. I had to teach him a lesson.
By rolling around in the mud like a hog? That's a fine example of noble conduct.
Sir Hannes, the bailiff ordered me to close...
Silence! You shut your mouth and thank your lucky stars that you are Radzig's ward. Have you gone out of your mind? Raising your hand to a nobleman?
Game, please don't crash. Yeah.
And you, Hans, how many times have I told you that drinking with your subjects might be good for their morale, but it's bad for your honor? You spend all your days drinking and chasing wenches, which wouldn't matter if you paid any attention at all to your duties. And now we see what that leads to. Tomorrow, you will go with me to a hearing. Some landowners have asked me to settle a dispute. It'll be an excellent lesson for you.
I had planned to go hunting, but if you think listening to the pointless gripes of a bunch of old fools will benefit me, so be it.
Oh, hunting? Well then, Your Grace, I'll tell you what. You can go hunting.
Really?
Oh, naturally. Who am I to deprive the young Lord Capon of his sport? And you can take Henry here as your page.
Him? Absolutely not.
You'll do as I've commanded. It's time you learned how to lead people, and not just in drinking and brawling. Now get out of my sight.
Sir, I have responsibilities of the bailiff.
Not anymore. Your responsibilities now are the Lord Capon. It's time you learned how to behave in the presence of nobility. Let's go. Tell the kitchen I'm hungry. It's been a long journey.
Cool. Alright. Well, that's pretty much it for the bonus episode. Maybe I'll continue just playing the game. The next mission is kind of neat because there's a part where Capon is like, "Do you even have a horse?" And since you're a peasant, and usually like I'm at the beginning of the game, this is pretty early still, you wouldn't have a horse. But since I do have a horse, I want to see what he says. There's my horse. There's my horse. So maybe we'll tune in next time, and I'll show you guys how that goes. Peace out.